One of the most common questions I get from my clients is this: how much protein do I actually need? Because if you go online right now, you'll see a lot of different opinions. Some people say you need a massive amount of protein every day, while others say protein doesn't really matter that much. The truth, like most things in fitness, is somewhere in the middle. Protein plays a few really important roles in the body, especially if you are someone who trains regularly or is trying to lose body fat. First, protein helps preserve muscle mass, especially when you're dieting. A lot of people focus only on the number on the scale when they're trying to lose some body fat or body weight. What we actually want is keep the muscle mass as much as possible while we're going for the fat loss. And protein helps protect that muscle while you're in a calorie deficit. Secondly, protein supports recovery. Every time you train, whether it's lifting weights, running, or doing any kind of challenging workout, you create small amounts of stress in the body. And that's a part of the training process. And the protein helps repair that muscle tissue that was stressed so your body can recover and adapt. So which over time helps you get stronger. Third big benefit of protein is satiety, which basically means how full you feel after eating. So protein helps you to stay fuller for longer. If you have ever had a meal that was mostly carbs, high sugary food, high sugary snack, you probably noticed that you felt hungry again pretty quickly. But when a meal includes a good amount of protein, people usually feel satisfied for much longer, and that makes it easier to manage your overall calorie intake. Now the big question is, how much protein do you actually need? Good general guideline for most people is around 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight. You don't need to overcomplicate or obsess over the exact numbers, but the range works well for most of the people who are training and want to maintain or build some muscle. For example, if someone weighs around 80 kilograms, it would mean roughly 130 to 170 grams of protein per day. That might sound like a lot at first, but once you start structuring your meals around protein, it becomes quite manageable. Another important point here is that you don't need to hit the exact numbers perfectly every single day. What matters more is being somewhere around that range consistently over time. Another mistake people make is trying to eat all their protein in one meal. Instead, it's much better to spread protein across the whole day, and it's easier. So usually spread it across like 3 to 4 meals, and that really works well for most of the people. So for example, breakfast could include eggs or Greek yogurt. Like lunch might include chicken, fish, tofu, and another lean protein source. Like dinner can include another portion of protein, and maybe somewhere during the day you add a protein shake or high protein snack. By spreading protein across your meals, your body gets a steady supply of amino acids to support your recovery and muscle maintenance. One thing I always remind my clients is this: protein is important, but it's not a magic. So having protein in your diet won't make you lose fat alone, it won't replace the consistency of training. It won't fix poor sleep or high stress levels. Think of protein as something that supports the work you're already doing. It protects the muscles you're working hard to build, helps your body to recover from your training, and makes your nutrition easier to manage. So if you're starting to improve your nutrition, this is a very simple place to begin. Just start paying attention to whether you're getting enough protein throughout the day. You don't need perfection. You just need consistency. And if you're hitting a reasonable protein target most of the week, you're already doing something very important for your progress.